actually real magic.
In this video, I will reveal Danny Cole's impossible balance illusion. Here's a quick recap of the performance. Danny began by making a necktie appear around his neck, simply by turning around. He then pulled 2 wooden blocks from his pocket and had Penn and Teller examine them to confirm they were solid and ungimmicked. Back on stage, he removed a cloth to reveal his setup with 2 lamps and Christmas lights. Danny stacked the blocks vertically and balanced them, then removed the top 2 blocks, followed by the bottom 2, revealing that the structure had never been balanced, but was actually levitating. He moved a pencil around the blocks to show nothing was holding them in place, and finally pushed the blocks so they fell onto the table. So, how did he do it? Here is the secret. For the appearing necktie illusion, the tie is gimmicked with a noose replaced by invisible elastic thread that loops under his collar. The tie is hidden under the right side of his coat, with the end tucked beneath his belt. When Danny rotates, he lifts his shoulders and arms, pulling the tie free from his belt, and the elastic snaps it into place between his collars, making it look as if the tie appears instantly. But how did those blocks levitate? You may notice suspicious details in the setup. Danny only handed Penn and Teller 2 blocks to examine, while the remaining 5 stayed hidden under the cloth. His pencil demonstration also looks convincing, but he only rotates the pencil side to side and never shows movement from front to back, which is what magicians usually do to prove nothing is supporting the object. The setup was fully covered with a cloth before the routine and immediately covered again afterward, which draws even more attention to it. There is also a straight white line visible behind both lamps, and when the camera shifts to Danny's left side, a small yellow glare briefly appears in mid-air. Nothing in the background is yellow, which means the glare does not come from the set. The secret is that Danny used a thin sheet of clear acrylic. Acrylic was chosen because it reflects far less light than glass, is more flexible, and is safer to use. The yellow glare that appeared was a reflection from one of the Christmas lights that was positioned too close to the sheet, and the camera caught it at the wrong angle, briefly exposing the acrylic. The sheet was shaped with 2 extended ends that lined up behind the lamps, which explains the straight white line seen earlier. It was cut precisely around the bases of the lamps, so it blended into the setup. And if you look closely, there is a faint gap around the lamp bases where the sheet sits. The lamps were needed to hide the left and right edges of the acrylic, and the Christmas lights filled the space between them to prevent Penn and Teller's top-view monitor from revealing the sheet. Out of the 7 blocks, only the bottom V and E were examinable, and those were the ones Penn and Teller handled. The other 5 were coated with octopalm and stuck to the acrylic as Danny pressed them into place, which made them appear balanced. Octopalm is used because it is basically a magician's anti-gravity gel that lets lightweight objects stick while leaving no sticky residue behind. He removed the top blocks carefully because they were adhered to the sheet, and used the rubber end of the pencil to lift them, while the bottom V and E came off normally since they were not gimmicked. Behind this mask, only the truth remains till we meet again.